Hit it, Chris.
Yeah, for all you night crawlers out there waiting for the dark of the night to come back, we're back! We're back on the air, and we're kicking some butt, and we're doing it!
From the deepest depths of the dark web, dark of the night.
Hit it, Chris.
For all you night crawlers out there, just wait for us to come back in the air. Hey, we're doing it, right? Yeah! Ow! Cause the dark of the night is back on the air. We're gonna have a good time. Ooh. Well. Wow, party time! Man, it feels great to be back on the air, night crawlers.
Hey!
Woo! We're having a celebration tonight to celebrate Dark of the Night coming back on the air after many months.
6 months we've been off the air, and tonight this is a very serious show, but tonight we're in a good mood, and tonight is about fun, Eric.
Tonight's about fun, paranormal fun.
Yeah, and also just flat out fun.
Yeah, both and.
Tonight is about, it's a long story why we were off the air, but
we don't want to go
bad
into
vibes
it.
Out. Fun time now.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Out there.
Because what happened,
it's not worth talking about.
It's not worth talking about.
It's not worth going into, and we don't want to go into it.
We don't want to go into that.
But hey, we're here to bring you the same kind of exploration of parts unknown that you always expect and deserve from Dark of the Night.
With a fun twist. And Eric, how are you? I think the night crawlers want to know. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling great. There's a couple of things that I'm sort of not running from, per se.
Right. No, not per se.
No, but there's some things I'm kind of trying to ignore because I'm just in the mood to just boogie down. You know what I mean?
Let's address the elephant in the room. We're not going to talk about what happened.
Right. We're going to celebrate the fact that we are in Queens,
New York,
and it's snowing.
And two things to. Hey, if those aren't things to celebrate, guess what? We're doing it anyway because we have a great show ahead of us. We have Paranormal stand-up, Wes Haney.
That's right.
It's a boatload of fun.
Yeah.
And there's balloons on screen that we put in as part of the background.
Yeah.
And
because there's no place to get balloons because Party City is closed.
It closed at 3, which we're basically psyched about.
Yeah.
We're psyched that we couldn't get the balloons that we wanted.
Everything's a party tonight, even stuff that's bad.
Well, look, fun time is now time, and let's get into some headlines, Chris. Let's start digging in, and let's start
because guess what? Because we're back.
We're back, and you better believe it.
We're back and better than ever.
Rock and roll. So, Eric, what's the greatest song about Halloween of all time?
Well, Monster Mash.
Right, but now science
Game over.
understands why.
Gosh, what will science do next? Haven't they done it all already?
Okay, if I was alive in the Stone Age and I could wish for what science was going to do,
Yeah.
I would say, okay, 1, I'd like to be able to fly.
Sure.
2.
Do we check that off?
Yeah, check that off. 2, I'd be able to eat as much as I want whenever I want. And there's Walmart and a bunch of other stores that basically it's like, yep, took care of that.
And then, of course, also, you'd want to check, you'd need some sort of boomstick or some sort of technological weapon that you could use to destroy any sort of creatures, enemies, or marauders. So, and we got that in spades.
Right. Eric, I used to be a lover, not a fighter.
Sure.
Before we met. And now I'm an angry man, and I'm ready to take down anyone who looks at me wry. And where I'm going with this is that science has built me a series of devices in which I can inflict my will upon others.
You know, you say that you're an angry man, but I know underneath you're an explorer. And that's one of the things I think is great about you, is because, sure, there are times when I'll kind of stop by your place after work and you're just ripping your couch cushions apart.
Because I want to know what it looks like in there.
That's the explorer part. And then there's other times when you're taking cans of tomato soup and just slamming them against the wall.
And that's still the explorer part.
I mean, sure. But those are the things that make you so great in so many ways.
Well, look, I don't want to talk about how angry I truly am. Let's move on to the next headline. Let's get to another fun headline, Chris.
I mean, that's part of the fun tonight, is we're just cranking through some stuff.
This is a fun factoid.
So Charmed, great 90s show.
First of all, it's getting a reboot.
It's getting a reboot, and it's delivers us 3 Latino witches, which, I mean, look. If
you got 3 Latina witches, deliver them to us.
Sure. Because I've tried to get them delivered, and I mean, there was not a way before now to get them delivered.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened to the show Charmed in that it's now delivering Latina witches.
I mean, my guess is that's the only way to make a reboot successful.
Right. You need to be able... Delivery... People like delivery.
They like delivery. I want it hot. I want it now. We live in the age of Amazon Prime.
Right.
And so if I press a button on my computer and in 30 minutes a Latina witch doesn't show up at the door and just say, how's it going?
I'd be like, cancel the show.
Right. So they're on the right track with that. And I'm excited to kind of see where that goes.
I mean, this is one of the reasons, you know, since the 6 months that we've been off the air, so much fun stuff has happened in the world, and
pretty much all good stuff.
All good stuff. All good, fun stuff. Now, fun stuff has not happened to us as much.
There are some things that happen to us that are... I mean, people would probably not be able to relate to. But it's like, get that out of here.
Fun time. And I'm feeling a pain in my chest. I'm feeling a pain in my chest. What's the next headline, Chris?
I don't,
Well, in the good news...
I'm having a little difficulty. We're having a lot of fun, aren't we?
There's an Addams Family reunion this weekend. I wouldn't necessarily think anyone in the Addams family was still alive, so it's sort of like that's a relief.
I'm sorry,
I can't.
I went to another place there for a second, and I'm having a little trouble moving past that thought that just flashed across the screen of my mind. But Addams family.
Yeah,
the Addams family. What were you saying?
Let me just say something quick. We're not going to we're gonna pick up. We stumbled on just now in the show. Eric and I went to a bad place.
It's a place that nobody wants to go with us. I know.
Well, let's pick it up because there's an Addams Family reunion this weekend,
right?
And let's say this: the woman from the Addams Family went on to do a bunch of Wes Anderson movies, and if that's not a fun, I never would have when I was in the movie theater eating a bucket of popcorn, probably seeing a trailer for, if not Men in Black, a movie like it.
X-Men 1.
X-Men 1. I never would have imagined a Wes Anderson movie while watching the Addams Family movie. And yet, it still was made later on. I don't know what exactly that means, but I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, Wes Anderson, he is... I saw him on the street when I first moved to New York, and he was saying goodbye to a couple of friends near Union Square, and I just thought, I would have never dreamed this guy up in 1,000 years. I would not have imagined him had he not done the things he's done. And
yeah, I'm in the same place, and this is very much connected to the supernatural. Seeing is believing, and that's one of the fun, cool things that we do on this show, is we show you stuff and then you believe it afterwards. And I think Wes Anderson is a lot like Dracula in the sense that you would hear about Wes Anderson maybe and say, well, that couldn't be real. Mm-hmm. But then you see Wes Anderson or Dracula and you go, oh, well, that is real.
You're like,
there he is.
Here we go.
Yep. And
you slide down this slippery slope of your imagination into his being, in a sense.
His perfectly framed wide shots. It's sort of a cute Stanley Kubrick style.
What are there more headlines? Great.
Yeah, let's keep moving. I'm having fun.
I'm having a blast.
I'm having fun.
We're back.
And
better than ever.
The energy is back up. Here we go. Here we go.
Alice Cooper announces North American Paranormal Evening Tour. Man, I tell you, I can't imagine an evening, a better evening than spending it with Alice Cooper.
For those of you who don't know Alice Cooper, he is a rocker from the 1970s who was sort of a pre-Marilyn Manson. Mm-hmm. He was scary, it was shocking, but it was fun. It's a fun take on the paranormal.
And he also had that gender bending element to him, which was way out there. And so that was exciting, and sort of it'll reach down and grab you.
He would reach down and he would grab himself, and there was a gender bending quality to the way he would grab himself.
The way he would bend he would bend his gender figuratively and literally. But then, then it was like, well, where's Alice Cooper in the 80s? I remember in the 80s, I would always be looking.
Yeah, and then he came out with that song. Well, look, his discography itself is sort of a triumph of the human spirit.
And a triumph of the will. But, when he came back, You remember the movie where that made him come back to a new generation?
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. And he had that great line. He said, I'm from Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee. And every once in a while, when I see the name Milwaukee, I'll think of that line and just laugh to myself.
Yeah, and now look, I cannot think of we've discovered something very fun to talk about, and it's the career of Mike Myers, just a outrageous comedian who wasn't afraid to crack a joke. And we're looking forward to some jokes soon.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to say, "Did I do that?" As Austin Powers.
Well, and what's funny is that sometimes people compare our show to Wayne's World.
Yeah, and to that I say, Wayne's hat is a baseball cap, which visually to me is like, I do not think of the paranormal.
No.
When I see an embroidered baseball cap.
There's part of me that's like almost kind of offended by that, because we take what we do seriously, both as broadcasters and as paranormal activists. But there's another part of me that's like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Right.
Because it is some of the best comedy out there.
If someone called me Garth by accident, I would chuckle and I'd be flattered at the same time.
Sure.
Well, look. I feel like it's time to take a call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, assuming that people are calling, if you're out there and you're watching, if you're watching, I'm not being rude. I'm just literally checking to see if anybody's watching, and there's 6 people watching. So that's exciting. If you're out there watching, why not call in? We're having fun. We're not thinking about things that are negative or things that have happened to us in the recent
this
past.
is fun time.
Yeah.
This is a time for us to say we are back on the air, and we are not going to be crushed
by the horrors of the past. And if we don't get anybody to call in, we're not going to take offense. Because guess what? Not every show has people that want to call in. Sometimes there are shows that just have people that want to watch. I don't call into Hill Street Blues, and I don't call into The Muppet Show, but I enjoy those shows.
When I was 15,
right,
I saw a man who had bought some Muppets, and it was one of the first times I'd ever gone to New York, and he was doing on the subway a Muppet a off-brand Muppet show that lasted about 2 minutes. And I was so confused that this brand could sort of be co-opted by someone other than it was not Kermit's voice.
And it was not Jim Henson. We've got a call. Hello, you're on the air with Dark of the Night.
Hi, Eric and Alex. It's Chris. I'm definitely watching the season 2 premiere, and I'm enjoying it. I am loving the floating balloons in the back, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm watching and I'm enjoying it.
That's very cool. This is my brother Chris who's calling in, and
Chris. Well, I know you and Alex have had some tense moments on the air in past shows, and I want to say, Chris,
we have.
I want to say, Chris, although I'm not having a great time talking to you, I'm glad that I know that we'll work it out eventually, because when I think about the idea of you dying and us not having made this up, it makes me wonder how I'm going to explain that to people.
That's all I want, is to make it up with you guys. That's all I've ever wanted. And
is that
I'm
really
still
all
paying
you've
off
ever
that.
wanted?
Yes.
Now,
And
well, I don't want to dig up any past dirt, especially on a fun show like this. However, we've talked in the past about how Alex did run away from home as a grown man, and that how your mother was devastated. I just want to make sure that that's not any thing we need to revisit.
it's definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm still paying off the $1 million, but I'm happy as heck to talk to you guys.
I sued my brother for $1 million and immediately was sued myself by the lawyer who helped him sue.
And now Alex does not have a bank account, which is an interesting fact.
My dad used to say, if you don't have a bank account, no one can sue you. And I don't know if that's true or false, but I'm testing it out. But here's the point, Chris. Let's say that we're about 30% on our way to being brothers again. And let's say that you're going to hang up now, sort of your own choice, of your own free will. And let's say that we didn't promise that we were going to meet and physically fight after the call.
Sounds great. I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a great show. And save me a balloon and cake.
Well, I don't know.
I'll see you outside the apartment
turning
in about
into bullshit.
50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, kiss
Thank
my
you,
ass.
Chris. Well,
that went south real fast, but hey,
we're having fun.
we're having fun. This is Eric. This night is about having fun.
Yeah.
It is about laughter. It is about cool moments in which we all are enjoying ourselves, and we have a great guest coming up.
That's right.
The first time we've ever had.
I mean, okay. We'll do one more call. Phone call. Okay, we'll do one more.
We got our guest. He's wandering around.
Hello. Thank you for calling in to the Dark of the Night. Who's calling? Hello?
I am you. You are me. We are this. Looking the witches are cool. Have you ever heard of the Loch This monster? Loch that mister. Lick the timble. Slip that scrimble and pin my deck hole. Cool? Yes, it is. Pinball.
Well, that was the sound of a Skype call hanging up. That much I know for sure.
It sounded like they said "pimp my dick hole," which I don't know. First of all, we're not going to let a call like that get to us on a fun night. We're not going to let mysterious callers that sound like scary robots disrupt our night. Not this time. Not tonight. So
Here, can I switch to my close up there? I just got something on the other side. We're not going to take abuse. We don't think it's fun to be abused, and I think that's a top level across the board law of ours. We're not going to be abused. But if you're going to get into more specific laws that are riders as part of those laws, We're not going to pimp your dick hole. Okay?
Not tonight. Not yet. Okay, hey, we got a great guest coming on. Let's go. What do we...
Hey, Chris, why don't we fly this chair in? Let's get our paranormal stand-up, Wes Haney.
Our paranormal stand-up.
Now, let me tell you how I met.
Here we go, everybody.
Wes
round of
Haney.
applause.
Now, as we're getting this flight in, let me tell you how I met Wes.
Okay.
Hey, Wes, great to meet you. Great to see you.
Thanks, Wes.
I was just gonna say, I met you. You were substitute teaching at a paranormal improv class. A paranormal-based improv class.
That's right.
And I just thought, as you were sitting and smiling and staring at all of us getting up on stage and sort of just drinking in our improv, I thought, that guy must be super duper funny because you just gave great improv notes.
Well, thank you so much. That's very nice to hear. I'm not doing that anymore. There were some issues. I'd rather not talk about it. I'd rather not get into it.
We've all got our secrets.
like the word issues is like that's a funny.
Make sure his mic is picking up, if you please. Sorry, you were saying.
Is there something wrong with the show, Eric?
The show is a living organism. That's one of the fun things about it.
Let's test.
Yeah.
We're testing the mic.
How we sound?
Great. You sound great.
Great.
You sound great. You look great.
Thank you very much.
We're so happy.
Thank you very much. I love the show.
Thank you.
This is a thrill.
Thank you. Well, look, let's get into it. Let's dig right in. So you have some fun paranormal anecdotes that are written to amuse.
You know,
I can't wait.
Well, yeah, my comedy is, it's in the paranormal realm, that's for sure. Oftentimes I feel like I'm performing for ghosts as there is no one in the audience.
See, that's a good joke because that is something that happens for real.
But he
Right.
spun it in a creative way that made it just sound like I didn't see that coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first,
and that's what makes you laugh hard.
Yeah, right. Do you have parents?
Yeah, I do. I have parents.
Great.
Yeah. Do you?
I do, and I don't speak to them, but I always make the way I often make jokes to deal with pain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. And
Yes.
so I don't speak with my parents anymore, and I'm not sure if they like me. So what I always do is I say, oh yeah, I get along great with my parents. You know what I mean?
Sarcasm.
Yeah, sarcasm.
Right.
Well, and I make jokes in the absence of pain because sometimes when I'm hurting, I want to have, I don't want to make a joke. Like tonight was really hard for me to kind of get up the guts to be like, oh yeah, let's play like we're having fun. But that's so cool that you can process your pain. I don't even know why we're talking about pain.
Yeah, why are we
'cause
talking about
that's-
pain? Let's do a bit.
Yeah, I
one of
get
those-
along great with my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oftentimes when I'm doing my comedy, I feel like Frankenstein because there's always an angry mob chasing me at the end.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. And it's also like no one likes Frankenstein.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the book is dated.
He's ugly.
Yeah, he's an ugly creature. So that's a joke in which, I mean, if I was going to do a sort of a reading of it, which I feel like
It deserves it.
right. And if I was going to do sort of reading of it, I'm both part of the mob and running from them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Because I hate Frankenstein, but I myself am often considered a monster.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up because, I haven't heard a good old-fashioned joke like that since I was at a comedy club.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this is a fun evening? It's a fun time. Let's not think about our horrible past. Let's hear another joke and I'm sorry. Wes, I gotta say, I'm sorry if we're sort of creating. I don't know if the audience usually talks this much between every joke you tell, but we're just enjoying you so much.
Well, yeah, it's any kind of feedback. I'm happy to have an audience. Really, yeah. Oftentimes, my comedy is compared to Poltergeist because it's essentially white noise.
That was great.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. And part of the reason why I thought it was funny was because that movie Poltergeist is a classic. I mean, I don't know if it was produced by Steven Spielberg or what, but it sure is fertile ground for a funny punchline.
I'm feeling a pain in my chest. I'm feeling it.
Sorry, Wes. We're just having a little hard time. We had something happen to us, and it was difficult and horrible. And it's the reason why we were off the air for 5 months.
Eric.
But we're burying it. We don't want to talk about it. But sometimes those things surface, and you want to push them down. You want to say, no, I'm not going to think about something so awful, so traumatic.
Sounds like you were at my last show.
You see, and there you go. And we're back. And what you've done with that joke is you've pulled us out of our graves, and you've said, wake up, you're not dead yet.
It was down at Smiler's on Tuesday in the 4 o'clock slot, 4 p.m.
God.
And a 4 p.m. slot, Wes, that sounds like a lot of people would be there because it's not too close to bedtime.
Right, yeah, you get people who get out of work, maybe get out of work early, school, teachers.
Right. I imagine kids love to laugh, so do you see a lot of kids at your stand-up
Well, it's a 21 plus club, so
right.
If I see any kids there, I'm telling on them.
Yeah, it's like I'll tell the cops, you pieces of shit.
Smilers, is that the one that has all the neon in the back of the bar?
Yes.
And you can get food in addition to seeing performers.
Wonderful hot dogs.
So now this is one thing I want to say about just comedy in general. I feel like I want to see jokes in a place that makes me feel good. I want to be surrounded by neon and drinks and food, and I want that place to be like I want to be split between two feelings when I'm watching those jokes.
Two intense feelings,
which is that one, I'm laughing. Two, I want to scream, this is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's great about Smilers. It's practically colored. It feels like a circus almost. It feels like you're at a circus with the colors, the primary blue, red, yellow, polka dots. Yeah. And the music too. And
I want to say, and I haven't seen Smilers, but I want to go there and I want to say, I'm not dead.
I would imagine that the people at Smilers are kind of just up for whatever. And so when you hit the stage, they're probably like, wow, we just saw some dancing and now I'm get some of this.
Yeah, now we're hearing jokes about Frankenstein and it's like sometimes you hear about jokes about bullshit paranormal shit like Frankenstein that makes you want to see Frankenstein get his asshole handed to him. hand Frankenstein's asshole to him.
I think there's some kind of there's a joke there. Hand
asshole.
Hand me my honey, could you hand me my asshole?
I see some potential there.
Something like that.
That's like a good I could see that.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that being a line in Friends or.
Right. Oh, yes, that'd be great. I'd love to hear, Chandler say something like that.
It's like, hey, check this out. So I'll do the last part of the theme, and then maybe you can say that as Chandler.
Yeah.
It's like, now.
Honey, could you hand me my asshole?
I'd love to see that episode.
I'll be Kramer.
Yeah.
But hey, I can't because I'm remodeling my apartment. Remember that episode? I'm talking about. I kind of went into Seinfeld sort of seamlessly there because they used to.
They were on the same channel.
They were on the same channel.
Well, and soon they'll be in the same cinematic universe once the movies start coming out.
Well, look, this has been.
This has been great.
This has been great. Why don't we try this? Why don't we see if we can get one more quick joke out of this guy, and if he has any left to do.
I got to tell you, I'm reluctant. I don't want to give away my whole set because I want you to come down to Smilers because I'm headlining this next Tuesday.
Right.
And again, it's in the 4 p.m. slot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to wring blood from a stone, but we do. We would like you to tell another joke, and we do need that.
If you're comfortable with it, we really would like a joke.
Well, like I said, I'm not comfortable with it.
I'm trying to sort of phrase this the right way. This is the end of the segment. And it's for the fun segment. And we have to wrap up now. Our director is saying, like, we need to wrap up now. But at the same time, you need to say one more joke.
What? Oftentimes, my comedy is compared to. I feel like the wolf man. I feel like a werewolf because I've been shot at, silver bullets and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, Wes
that wasn't as good as the first, but
Wes Haney, everybody. So we're gonna come back with you, Wes. That was unbelievable.
That was great.
Unbelievable. It's awesome. We're gonna see Wes. We're gonna see Wes back in a little bit. Very fun. Great stuff.
Very.
A lot of fun.
That was a great way to sort of. It's comedy's like escapism. It's like when you're not doing great and you're feeling feelings of terror and fear, you're like, hey, let's pop on a comedy and transport us away.
Sometimes I'll have a Thursday night double feature the night after we do the show, and I'll just need to blow off some steam, and I'll do Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. Where do you think I'm going with the third one?
Dude, where's my car?
Close. Old school.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
You know,
old school.
because I give my evening a plot twist for me to enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I don't finish Spider-Man's story. I go into Luke Wilson and Will Ferrell. So,
do we take a call or? We don't have any callers. You know what's part of the fun of getting back into the swing of things is after you spend 5 months kind of drifting all across America because you had something horrible happen and you're trying to just okay, we got a call. Hello, you're online with Dark of the Night. Who's calling?
Hey, my name's Penny Jones.
Penny Jones.
hey, Penny Jones. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
We're doing great.
We're doing great, Penny. We're having a show tonight, and it's all about fun. It's all about enjoying the more fun side of the paranormal. So we're having a blast.
No negative energy tonight. No bad vibes.
How are you feeling?
No bad vibes over here, for sure.
Cool.
That's very cool. Tell me, Penny, we're glad you called in. Do you have any fun paranormal ghost stories or just fun experiences? When's the last time you did the Monster Mash?
Monster. It's actually something that you bring this up, actually, because there's been some paranormal activity in my apartment lately. And I just couldn't tell if it was my roommate or if it was a ghost. You know, classic stuff.
Well, so where's that make your mind go, Eric?
It starts to go down a path that leads me to horror and madness, but along the way there are steps.
Some fun things.
There's a fun thing or two, but one of the things that makes me think, questions it makes me think is, has it interrupted your ability to have fun, Penny? This poltergeist doesn't sound like it because you're laughing. You sound well.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is I just really love the balloon vibe that you have going, but I wouldn't say it's interrupted. It's more so made my curiosity come alive. It's, you know,
like that.
It's like, is my roommate a ghost? Does she moonlight as a ghost? We don't know.
Here's, Penny, this is a great point you make. Everything that happens is an opportunity to get excited. That's my philosophy of life. And everything that happens is an opportunity to wonder if somebody's a ghost. And those two things combined, it's not exactly fun, but it is enthralling.
Right.
Right.
I am enthralled, actually. It's a great word for what it is.
So let me ask this one thing before you go. What's your roommate's last name?
My roommate's name is Sarah.
Farah.
Yeah.
That is, that's a Gaelic name from the original word being, the etymology is Farissima, and that is the name. That's a name common to banshees, ghosts, warlocks, and druids from the old country before it was Anglicanized and conquered by the Gauls in 1292.
You're kidding.
So I would say you got a little bit of a spook on your hands.
Yeah, and that...
Honestly, you might be right. You know what? This has been very helpful, and I appreciate it.
Great. Well, great. And consider violence as not a top solution, but in the top 5 as a solution, because ghosts are problematic inherently always.
I sleep with a gun by my bed.
Well, you're in the right place. You're preaching to the choir.
You're in good company. So, all right, thanks for calling,
Thank
Penny
you, Penny
Jones. So we had a fun where now I am now addicted. I'm addicted to Wes Haney.
We need a little more Wes in our life.
Yeah, and Wes has literally got something cooked up for us, and so we're gonna head over and see what it is that Wes is. We're gonna sink our teeth into something.
Yummy in my tummy. Here we go.
All right.
There we go. Come on in, guys.
Wes, what are you cooking up for us today?
Well, I hope you're hungry because I've made us an Italian fruitcake.
Italian fruitcake.
Yeah.
Fruitcake. Italian fruitcake.
Yeah. People have been beating down the door all day trying to get in here. I think they smelled it, but I saved it just for us.
Eat that cake.
Yeah, eat the cake. It's baby.
Well, hey, Wes, can we cut into it?
I don't see why not. I mean, that's what it's here for. Yeah.
Boing, yoing, yoing, yoing.
Here we go.
That flavor is amazing.
That's it, the spot.
Oh man!
Wow.
Well, thank you very much. I feel like we don't get opportunities to thank guests for cooking for us, but this is one of those opportunities. And I know you actually bought this from a store, but I'm going to thank you for cooking for us.
Well, you're very welcome, and I don't know what you're talking about as far as the store goes. I was in slaving away all day over the hot stove.
Well, I did see you. I do believe that you did buy this from the store, but I watched you wedge these candied fruits and raisins into the cake.
Yeah, it's a perfect medium between lying and telling the truth, because you did alter the cake.
That's true. I did alter the cake.
You bought the cake and you altered it.
I mean, it's a.
I don't know.
Why don't we just say I made the cake? Why don't we just?
We're not mad. We're not mad.
No,
this is
we're
fun.
excited.
What we're doing right now, this is fun for us.
And I'm gonna take whatever you did to this. I'm gonna take a bite of it.
Yeah, let's just go right into fun time.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't want to do it.
I do not want to do the show tonight.
I didn't want to. I thought I was gonna die. I thought it was gonna be the end. We didn't ask for this. I'm sorry, Wes.
Wes, what are you doing over there?
I'm gonna eat your cake.
No, it's okay. We've all got our issues. Nobody knows that more than me. I mentioned an issue earlier. The reason I'm not teaching paranormal improv anymore. This is not easy for me to say. I was caught in the back of the class during a scene. Scene was going on, and I was in the audience, and I was masturbating to a photo of Chucky, the children's doll, Chucky. I'm sexually attracted to Chucky, the doll. So much so that I felt compelled to masturbate in front of my students.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to do the show tonight.
I don't know what to. People have their kinks, and I don't know what to do about it, because
You're scum, Wes, but we're all scum. All three of us are bad.
I mean, look.
None of us deserve to live.
But just look how good he looks.
I don't know that's. When you said Chucky, that's not the image that came to my mind.
Yeah, that's Chucky.
Yeah, wait. Show it to the camera. It's kind of a wide shot, but it's actually, if you look close, it's kind of a babe.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
No, it's Chucky. Got the red hair and the blue overalls. Says, good guy doll.
I mean, it seems like you're seeing something that we're not seeing.
It's a Chucky doll. Has an axe. Gonna kill somebody with the axe. That's Chucky.
Look, I don't know. I don't know if you're blind or if your eyes change things when they look at them, but that's a red hot
piece
babe.
of ace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's
but
a red
look,
hot babe pose.
Yeah, I know.
you are our guest. I find that unnatural, but we find each other unnatural.
Look, Wes, here's what we're going to say. We're not going to condone what you're doing, but we are going to say that we are ruined. We and your nightmare. Get out.
Yep.
Get out.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna die
sorry.
now.
I'm Westworth.
I need to disappear and I need to pass away.
Listen, I think it's time we maybe open up with the viewers a little bit more about what happened on the night when we had our encounter. My God. We were in the woods. We heard there was a compound. Compound C-1692. We thought we were alone. But we were taken. They did things to us. Experiments. Horrible, horrible experiments. Alex had God knows how many devices just rammed wherever. I was changed from the inside out. We had to fight our way out. We barely made it out alive. They were aliens. They were aliens.
There's no God. Not in this world. And there's no reason that I want to keep living. And I know that sounds like a downer, but understand that that's the most optimistic thing I can think of saying right now. I am a wasted human being. I was been ruined by creatures, and I'm just sort of top-lining my current situ. I'm a fucked up guy who's been destroyed.
Before we left, they said, "We will find you. We can communicate telepathically with you." I hope that doesn't prove to be true. Not tonight. We just want to have some fun. Hello?
Who is it? Who is that?
You know who it is.
Oh God, no,
I'm very happy to see you again.
I hope we never hear that voice again.
I'm very happy to see you again. How are you?
We're not good, alien. Do you watch the show all the time?
Show?
Is there
Is this a show?
Is there a way we could see you?
You know what I look like.
I mean, can we see your face? Sort of superimposed over this shot.
Tell us something, alien. Why did you take us?
I wanted to find you again because I needed to tell you that I am sorry that I took you. But I just really couldn't figure out another way to put things inside you that would changing. I needed to do that. And I needed to take you in order to do that. So,
I mean, that's really nice, but it also was horrifying to be operated on without anesthesia and to have murdered so many of your fellow aliens. I didn't want to have to do that. I mean, was it worth the cost of your kind being slaughtered the way Alex put a gun in one of their mouths and just made it beg while he blew its head off?
Yeah, there was no reason for me to do that.
that was merely a vessel. We all live on in one mind. In this mind. We're all still here. I said I was sorry.
How much stuff is inside us now? Because I don't know how you feel, but I feel loaded with
I feel
stuff.
bloated. And it could have been Wes's cake, but it also could be devices.
Well, it's already, it started small, and it's only going to be getting bigger, what I put inside you.
Well, I will say this. I'm angry, but I'm happy that we're talking.
This is going better than I thought it would.
I had a moment earlier where I sort of 30% made up with my brother, who I've hated for years. And Alien, I feel 50% made up with you right now. And that's as close as I'm going to get to closure on this one. And I feel good about that.
I'll make you a deal, Alien.
Yes.
All that I want is to be able to live till 45 and have a family. And be able to continue to do the show with Alex. And I would like to...
I'd like to have free Wendy's.
And I'd like to run a tech startup that a big corporation would buy for $40-50 million. So
I'd do less.
So if we could, if you could guarantee that you'll let us live that long, I think we can let bygones be bygones.
I'm not really in the business of guarantees.
Well, that's shitty.
It's shitty but fair.
I'll try my best.
Now look, that wasn't my request, so maybe I have a little more objectivity about it. So
we have more bargaining power if you kind of stick with me on this.
Right, but that being said, I am gonna, and this seems like I'm abandoning you, but I am gonna take his side on this. I just think that sounds like a reasonable response. He's gonna try.
Thank you. I'm not God.
Right.
I'll do what I can.
I mean, he doesn't seem like God. He seems...
This is what God... We're seeing an image of his face in our minds and talking to him telepathically.
All I'm saying...
I'm pretty blown away.
He's powerful, but all I'm saying is he does seem like 10% like a dumbass or something.
Sure. Well, whatever you want to do. I mean...
Look... I don't want
this
to start becoming this.
No,
you know what I mean?
No. Look, why don't you and the alien just go shoot your way out of a
you know what?
nightmare?
Let me back off. All right, look, Alien, you gotta
I'm not trying to hang out.
You gotta try hard.
Okay.
All right? You gotta try hard.
Yeah, I'll see what
We're gonna wrap. Look, our director just flew up in a spaceship and told us that we had to wrap this up. So
Okay,
I'm leaving, and I'm not trying to hang out. I don't want to hang out with you guys anymore. I just wanted to say sorry.
Okay, well, guess what? That was super aggressive, and fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I thought that we had landed in a good place, and now that's super negative.
And believe me, if I have the chance to put a shotgun in your mouth, I'm not going to think twice.
I'm going to put all sorts of things inside you, and they're going to be illegal.
Yeah, you will. Good luck catching me. You won't catch me.
Okay.
Kiss my ass.
Shove off.
Well,
Well, that blew, but it blew our minds at the same time.
we've had our ups and downs tonight. One thing is for sure, though, Alex. We're back.
We're back.
We're back, and we're big.
We're big.
And I think there's a final truth that we have to communicate to our fellow night crawlers, and that's
The dark truth.
Just put it on the number shot. Sure.
I'm an unreal cowboy riding out into the universe's latest, hottest dimension. What does that mean? Let me cash that out for you. Let me translate. I've been in a rut. A fucking rut. But I'm ready to look that rut in the eye and go, I quit. And I'm ready to go get a new job. And that job is doing better at life. Because I have gone on a journey tonight of facing my pain. And that pain did involve getting some great jokes from a goddamn great comedian, a great paranormal improviser. And if that's not a cool way to launch a season 2, guess what? Beam me up, Scotty, because I'm ready to fucking die.
There's a million reasons why cocaine doesn't work for on me or for me. And the point is that I gave it up so that I could follow my dreams of opening a hat store in Williamsburg. And I wasn't going to sniff the fumes. I wasn't going to get high on my own supply, so they say, but it didn't end up like that. I ended up giving in to the devil himself, doing a switcheroo on my plans. But I'm not going back to Quantico. I'm not going back to the CIA headquarters. I'm going forward, whether that's with aliens or with someone else. So, strap in, strap on, whatever. We're going down, and we're going down hard.
Bliss is a state that one doesn't get to feel every moment. And that's good, because it wouldn't mean a thing if you felt it all the time. That being said, I got high for the first time in 30 years right before this show, and it immediately did not work. Now, what does that mean? Well, what it means is maybe drugs aren't supposed to work on me. Maybe God is telling me that I am the new leader, and I have been bestowed with powers that make me a super god, a sub-commander of our Lord and Chief. Now, if that's not tracking for you, if you're not on my wavelength, that's cool. I don't expect you to be, because we're all, this is why I watch CNN and Fox News, because it's like both are good. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Don't assume because I sound like I'm out there that I'm not willing to take feedback. I am. Please send me feedback. I mean that.
I'm like a nuke. I'm like a nuke, and you can just switch me on, or you can switch me off. You can take me high, or you can take me low. when I'm flying on like an RCBM through outer space, I'm on level 12 already. So come on in. Come on in. It's safe. These waters are safe. And when I'm at the bottom of the swimming pool, I got 3 fingers up, 2 fingers down. And that's the truth as I know it.
And that being said, that's all just food for thought. Those are sort of
Take it or leave it.
take it or leave it, because we do. We leave it all on the field on this show. We say it. We say it all. We tell you we say dear diary. We leave that part out, but we say the rest to you.
And that's why you are such an important part of this show.
Night
That's why
crawlers.
we need you, night crawlers, to keep coming back, keep calling in, keep being a part of the paranormal community that we hold dear.
We need you to punch in at 9 and leave, stay late. We can't pay you overtime, but we need you to stay late.
Folks, we'll be back next week with another great episode. And until then, remember this. Jeremy lays down at night. We'll see you next time.